slipped it right off your wrist.
He ripped it right off my wrist.
How dare they try to steal his bracelet?
Matt'll get 2 more weeks of
What are the odds
content.
a rec player loses a bracelet when Nick Fertucci's right there?
You get 2 more weeks of content on that.
Next on the, what's this show called?
Phil with the smallish
Only
3-bet
frauds.
out of position. Doesn't want to put too much of a stack in there with King Queen off.
We are playing 50, 100 on Hustler Casino live. It folds around to Actress, an excellent poker player at this point. Arden Cho, she raises it up with pocket fours from the cutoff to $300 out of her $9,000 stack. Over around to Phil Hellmuth. He is the most kind, gentle, sweet poker player you've ever known. He has King Queen offsuit in the big blind. He makes it $1,000. Typically, when you're out of position, you want to re-raise a little bit larger because you don't really care if your opponent folds. But Phil Hellmuth doesn't care. He wants to get action. He likes to gamble. Arden calls with the pocket fours, which is definitely ideal to try to flop a set, especially when Phil prices are in due to his small out of position pre-flop raise. Let's go to the flop.
Ugly flop for Hellmuth.
I will do my best.
11.
Luckily for him, flops nothing because Arden nails this flop. Bottom set.
The flop comes Jack of Hearts, 4 of Hearts, 6 of Clubs. Arden has a set. Phil Hellmuth has nothing. Phil Hellmuth bets $1,100. Let's see how Arden proceeds.
He's committing at least 15% of his stack.
Can she find the just call? She can. King or
This is a
queen.
situation where a lot of players mess up by raising. They see the flush draw on the flop, the straight draw on the flop, and they think, oh, I need to raise to get maximum protection. I don't want to get outdrawn. But that is completely the incorrect thought process. Arden makes the right play by calling because that forces Phil to stay in the pot with all of his hands that would have folded to a raise, like ace-king, ace-queen, king-queen, all other sorts of nonsense. Yeah, he could have a flush draw with ace-x of hearts, maybe some king-x of hearts, maybe suited connectors, who knows. He probably doesn't have very many straight draws unless it's exactly 8-7 suited. So, yeah, she's going to be against a draw every once in a while, but not all that often. If you think she should have raised in the spot, if you'd have raised in the spot, you would have missed out on the chance to stack the great Phil Hellmuth anytime he doesn't have a decent hand. She calls. Perfect play. Let's head to the turn.
This is a battle of the greatest,
And there it is, the death card
Oh, the great
on the turn, no waiting.
I get you one,
just
buddy.
got that.
Large or small? Large.
Wow.
What is that?
Can Phil somehow, some way,
Whoa, and look how he stacked it. What does that mean, I wonder?
not
That's a shot.
double up Arden here?
The turn is the Queen of Spades, which is a disaster for Phil Hellmuth because now he has to think he has the best hand with his top pair second kicker. He bets $3,000 out of Arden's $6,900 effective stack. What I want to know now is, what do you think Arden should do? Should she call or now rip it all in? Let me know in the comment section down below. And while you're down there, click the like and subscribe button.
I think it's impossible.
What a dick.
Sexual innuendo.
She basically has a min-raise all in.
I'm all in.
After a bit of thought, Arden goes all in, and I think this is by far the best play because now she has almost no money remaining in her stack. And at this point, if Phil has any hand with any amount of equity at all, like an open-ended straight draw or a flush draw, Arden doesn't care if he finds a fold. And she really wants to make sure she gets all of that money on the chance that he does have a hand like ace-5 of hearts, misses on the river, and then decides to just check and check out and check fold, right? So, unless she has a really good reason to think Hellmuth is absolutely insane, is going to have way too many total nonsense bluffs in his range, at this point, going all in is the right play, which she does. Perfectly played hand by Arden. Let's see if Phil Hellmuth finds the call.
He's got a call. He's drawing dead.
Who has a flush draw?
Once
Who
or
has a
twice.
jack?
You
I
could
just
run
have a
this
queen.
infinity.
Set?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm drawing dead.
Oh, twice.
This is a shockingly close spot in my mind for Phil because while his hand is pretty good, what do you really think Arden's shoving with here? Is she going to look at a hand like 8-7 of hearts and just snap rip it in? Maybe, maybe not. Does she really have too many hands like a worse queen or perhaps ace-jack that will now rip it in? Probably not. So, look, I wouldn't have folded the king-queen here either, but at the same time, you could just be in really, really bad shape. And it turns out he is. Phil gets it in with 0% equity. Let's see his blow up.
Oh,
Kazilka wants to run it twice for a needle. I like it. Oh, look at that. Top two, no good around here, Phil.
I'm not.
That was the most disappointing Phil Hellmuth blow up I've ever seen. Please do not click the thumbs down button. I apologize. Sometimes Phil behaves. Talk to you next time.